Are you stuck in your life, personally or professionally? Usually it feels terrible and looks like you're stuck, but the truth is the hidden block to success is that you're afraid of change. Welcome to Success Tapping with Carol Look. I'm your host and I'm glad you're here. Please feel free to subscribe, share, or like. So the hidden block is fear of change, but what it looks like and how it shows up in our life is we feel stuck and uncomfortable and we don't like where we are, again, personally or professionally. So let's start the tapping on the fear of change, which I believe and I have seen over the years is the real issue that's going on. We're afraid to change, so we don't do what we need to do to get unstuck, and then we feel stuck and we keep talking about it. And we keep doing the same things and we keep staying in the same place instead of recognizing that this hidden block is fear of change. So when you think of yourself advancing either personally or professionally, pick one and you imagine that. 0 to 10, how afraid do you feel of changing? How does that feel? If you said out loud, I'm afraid to change, 0 to 10, how high is your fear? And we'll tap on that. All right, side of the hand. Even though the truth is I'm afraid to change, I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. Even though I'm afraid to change, I accept who I am and how I'm feeling about it. Eyebrow point. I'm really afraid to change. Side. I'm so comfortable where I am. No wonder I keep getting in my own way. Under the nose. I keep saying I want things to be different. Chin point, but I'm afraid of change. Collarbone, I don't want things to change. Under the arm, that really scares me. Top of the head, no wonder I keep getting in my own way. Good, take a breath. All right, rate that again, 0 to 10. When you say I'm afraid of change, imagine the change that you're going for and see if you can get a number on that. Remember, feeling stuck is what shows up and what presents itself. It also might look like self-sabotage. You don't do what you need to do. You procrastinate, you avoid, and as a result, you stay stuck. You stay in the same place, but the truth is underneath it all is this fear of change. Let's do one more on that. Side of the hand again. Even though I still feel afraid of change, I deeply and completely love and accept who I am. Even though I'm feeling stuck because I'm afraid to change, I accept who I am and how I feel. Eyebrow point. I'm still afraid to change. Side of the eye. It feels really uncomfortable to make changes. Under the eye. No wonder I'm stuck. Under the nose. I'm resistant to change. Chin point. I'm afraid of changing. Collarbone. No wonder I won't do what I need to do. Under the arm. I'm afraid of change. Top of the head. It makes me really nervous. Good. Take a breath. Measure again if you're able to. I'm still afraid to change. I'm still afraid of change. And see how that feels to you now on the scale. Go back and tap some more on this if that's helpful, and you could keep bringing it down. Now let's go to a limiting belief. I would say the one I hear the most is that I'm convinced change will feel bad, feel uncomfortable, rock the boat, and upset other people. That's what I hear all the time. So if you have that limiting belief that change could be bad for you or others, that's what we need to tap on. So say that out loud. I'm convinced that if I change, it'll feel terrible to me and other people. How high is that? How true does that feel? Oh my, if I change, it's going to rock the boat. Go ahead and see if you can measure that. If not, it's okay. Just tap along with me. Here we go. Even though I'm convinced that if I change, it'll be terrible for me or them. I accept who I am and how I feel. Even though I strongly believe that if I change, it's going to upset someone. I accept who I am and how I feel. Eyebrow point. I believe that if I change, it'll upset me or them. Side of the eye. I don't want to change. It's going to upset somebody. Under the eye. No wonder I feel stuck in my life. Under the nose. I'm really afraid to change. Chin point. Because I believe change is going to feel threatening. Collarbone. What if changing is upsetting to me or to them? Under the arm. I'm afraid to change because of this belief. Top of the head. I'm afraid to change because I believe, I'm convinced it's going to be terrible. Good. Take a breath. Is that true for you still? Measure that again. Oh, I've been anticipating changing being disruptive to my life, to their life. If that's going on behind the scenes, that's how we know it's that hidden block. Let's do a quick one on that again. Back to the side of the hand. Even though I'm still convinced that if I change, it'll upset somebody. I deeply and profoundly accept who I am. Even though I've been holding myself back from changing, and now I know why, I accept who I am and how I feel. Eyebrow. I've been holding myself back from changing. Side of the eye. Because I'm convinced it'll be upsetting for someone. Under the eye. No wonder I'm holding myself back from making changes. Under the nose. I'm convinced someone won't like it. Chin point. No wonder I keep getting in my own way. Collarbone. No wonder I feel so stuck. Under the arm. No wonder I am so stuck. Top of the head. I won't change because I'm convinced it'll be upsetting for someone. Good. Take a breath. Measure that again. I'm convinced if I change, it'll be upsetting for them or for me. And keep tapping on that if you need to. So now, what would be your next yes? A small step you could take, a small change, something you could do differently in your life that would change this recipe that you've got going on, which is the same, looping, right? Staying the same and feeling stuck. What would you need to do that would change that outcome? Something so small. Okay, we're going to do a little tapping on that. Eyebrow. I'm afraid to do something different. Side of the eye. I'm afraid of my next yes. Under the eye. I don't want to do anything different. Under the nose. But I could think of something small. Chin point. I could do something small. Collarbone. I feel better already about changing. Under the arm. I didn't realize I was so afraid of change. Top of the head. No wonder I've been so stuck. Good. Take a breath. Think of that small next yes step you could take again. See how that feels. Let's do one more quick round on gratitude. Eyebrow point. I'm so grateful for what I've learned about change. Side of the eye. I appreciate how much I have changed. Under the eye. I appreciate that I've just been afraid. Under the nose. I'm grateful about the insights I've just gotten. Shin point. I really appreciate my new outlook on this issue. Collarbone. I love knowing I don't have to be stuck anymore. Under the arm. I appreciate knowing I can move forward. Top of the head. I'm so grateful for what I've learned about being stuck and changing. Good. Take a breath. Great. And at this point, you could measure your fear of change, or you could measure the limiting belief, or how you feel about your next yes. But remember, the hidden block is fear of change, even though it comes out in your life and looks like being stuck and feeling stuck in either your personal life or your professional life. All right, thanks for watching. Again, please feel free to subscribe, like, or share. And for more information on what I do in the world and on my best-selling books, please go to carollook.com/success. Thanks again.